A good day, good afternoon, good evening to all of you wherever you are in the world. So once again, this is yours truly, Nomad Fury, your host for this podcast. So it's been a long while, guys, that I hadn't made any podcast session. So what matters is that right now we are here today. So our special guest, of course, is no other than the founder of YieldFX, Mr. Rajiv Sohal. So, Mr. Rajiv, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Nomad Fury. It's great to be here.
All right, and also would like to say hello to all of our listeners and subscribers who are tuning in to our podcast today with YieldFX founder, Mr. Rajiv Sohal. So I'll be asking him some important questions on how YieldFX work, especially your app and your upcoming trading competition. And before we get things started, of course, guys, would like to let you know that we're not promoting any financial or investment advice, as this podcast session is only for educational and informational purposes. All right. So are we all set?
Yes.
Okay. The floor is yours. Could you introduce yourself and a little intro of what YieldFX is all about?
Hey, everyone. My name is Rajiv Sohal. I'm the founder of YieldFX. YieldFX is a global yield platform that allows users in different parts of the world to invest in and trade tokenized foreign currency deposits, as the word trades stocks on an app like, say, Robinhood, right? You could be sitting in the US earning 3.5% interest on a dollar, and you can instantly move to the Mexican peso or the Indian rupee and earn 9 or 10% interest, right? But unlike traditional bank deposits, our deposits have no lock-ins, no minimums. You can even start with $5, and you see your money growing every day. We pay interest on a daily basis, right? The deposits can also be traded in real time on our Flex decentralized foreign exchange, with minimal fees and spreads. So basically, if you are sitting on a dollar, you can convert it to the peso, you can convert it to the pound. All of these things happen instantly. Flex also allows you to earn additional yield by staking your deposits, so which is another benefit of our DEX.
All right, so thank you so much, Rajiv, for that wonderful introduction about YieldFX, especially your platform and also the Flex exchange. Now, let's try to stroll back a bit, shall we? So, could you share to us on how you started your journey in this industry before you've founded YieldFX?
Absolutely. So I come from a fintech background. I have over 25 years of experience in managing services and product companies that cater to large financial institutions. Think of Credit Suisse, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, the likes. My experience with DLT started in 2017 when my company was actually asked to build a new layer 1 protocol, which we now know as Hedera, right? So that was a great introduction into the space, having built something from ground up, which gave us very good insight and experience. Since then, I've been involved deeply in the DLT space and have launched or helped launch several successful projects, including Diamond Standard, where we created the world's first CFTC-approved tokenized diamond commodity, which has been a big successful project. There'll be a lot of news coming out about it in the recent months. Another project I was involved with was a disruptive micropayments platform called Drop that is again growing rapidly in the US. So it's been interesting. It's been good to see real world projects go live on DLT.
Wow, so that's an interesting story that you've shared to us, Rajiv, and how you got started your journey into this industry, and that leads you to found YieldFX. All right. Now, speaking of YieldFX, so could you share about your mission and vision about this project of yours?
Absolutely. So the global FX trade is worth over $7.5 trillion daily, right? But it is primarily over the counter, which means there are no like centralized exchanges or spot exchanges that where you can trade currencies. This trade is mostly controlled by a handful of global institutions that make a lot of money on this, right? They make a lot of money on the FX trade, and also in them being able to invest in different currencies and the interest rate differentials, right? But even though this is lucrative, this is not available to retail investors. Retail investors get burdened with very high costs of FX transactions, spreads, and all the other fees that they have to pay. If you've ever bought foreign currencies or paid money in a different currency, you'll see how much fees that get charged. Our goal with YieldFX is to unlock access to global currency yields and FX trading for retail investors, right? And we do this in two ways: via tokenization of currency deposits and by making them tradable on the world's first decentralized spot FX exchange, which is Flex. Flex has the potential to completely change FX trading access to FX for the retail segment, but as we grow, we can absolutely start making inroads on the institutional side as well.
Wow, so that's an interesting mission and vision that you have shared to us about YieldFX, especially you have just mentioned about the Flex and the other products, Rajiv. So, speaking about them, could you share how they really work and also their advantages and benefits to the traders and normal users like us?
Absolutely. So, at its basic point, right, our deposits are tokenized deposit accounts held by partner banks in different parts of the world, right? So, unlike a stable coin like a USDC or USDT, where there is an operator managing a pool of money, it has risks. In our case, if you make a deposit with us, the money goes to an operating bank. You get the benefit of the insurance or the assurance that the bank offers, right? For example, in the US, you have FDIC insurance. So you're not really taking a risk with us. Your money is held with the bank, right? Uh, but what we do is we create what's called a global banking identity and allow you to open these foreign currency deposit accounts instantly, right? So you could be sitting in the Philippines and opening an account, say in Nigeria, via platform. Everything happens instantly. You don't see it. But in essence, we're using what's called a globalized banking identity, right? What it enables to do is to open new deposit positions in real time and to trade these deposits in different currencies, right? So you can move from one currency to the other. There is no fees for this, which is again a very big value proposition. And the FX rates are very, very good, right? You can also transfer the deposits to anyone just by using a phone or a WhatsApp or an email. We made it very easy to use. If you send it to someone, obviously they need to KYC with us, on board with us, but the process of sending is very, very easy, right? The other advantage that our deposits have, because they're like an alternative to stable coins, right? But because they're tokenized and on-chain, they can be used for programmable deposit use cases, such as multi-party escrows, right? Or say you want a rent deposit or for commercial finance. So you get all these use cases that we open up because they can be programmed. Our other advantages are we offer great interest rates, so we can offer you a better interest rate than your bank currently does. There are no lock-ins or minimums. There are no FX costs, very low FX costs. You don't need to worry about what you need to do from a regulatory or compliance standpoint. So, for example, right now, if you open a bank account in a different country, a lot of regulatory needs are there or compliance needs are there. You just don't even know what they are, right? So we take care of all of those for you. The other big advantage is that unlike stable coins, you don't need on or off ramps because the underlying product is a bank account. So all those fiat transactions can happen from there versus working with a stable coin and then trying to figure out how to on or off ramp that stable coin and obviously worried about the cost of the on ramp or off ramp as well, right? So those would apply to us. On ramp and off ramps are natural and they're free. Some of the other advantages come with Flex. For example, we can earn additional yield by staking to the Flex exchange. And one key thing I want to mention is that when we talk about decentralized FX, right, or decentralized FX trading, the big challenge there is that you can't really maintain enough liquidity on chain to make that possible, right? FX transactions are very, very large. You're talking about $7.5 trillion a day. So we needed a different model. And Flex uses what's called a hybrid market making model where it can combine on-chain and off-chain liquidity to make this possible. So that's what I think a big advantage of why Flex is a viable model for decentralized foreign currency trading versus other models.
Wow, so that's great to hear from you, Rajiv, and sharing to us, on how YieldFX works for traders and normal users like us, especially its advantages and benefits. But of course, aside from sharing about its great advantages for us, I know that you guys are encountering some challenges as well. Could you share, some of the challenges that you and your team are facing right now, and how you guys overcome those challenges.
Absolutely. So, as a platform, like I mentioned, we don't really touch the deposits, right? We deposits are held by partner banks in different parts of the world. So now, as we get ready to go into production, we are looking to partner with such banks, and convincing them becomes a bit of a problem, right? Because they look at a product and they see what's the risk associated with the product. Banks are very risk averse, right? And how do we fit in? What are the regulatory constraints? What will the regulators, the SEC, those sort of people say about what you're doing? So that becomes a big challenge. Like, how do we convince banks and regulators? So to address this, we use a slightly different approach. The first thing we do with every country that we're trying to get into is work with the leading fintech law firms, right? And figure out how can we position or structure our product in a way that it falls within existing regulatory frameworks. And then we take all the work that the analysis that we do as a baseline, and we can share it with potential partner banks, which actually makes them a lot more comfortable than us trying to sell them something without doing our groundwork or without doing the legal analysis ourselves.
All right, so at least you've shared to us some of the challenges that you guys are facing these days, and how you really deal with it. All right, now this next question of mine is something that is really important, especially for those of you who are watching right now, and those who have been following the official socials of YieldFX. Rajiv, could you share about some of the future plans that you have in mind for YieldFX?
Absolutely. So we have a lot going on in the coming weeks, starting with our simulated FX trading contest that starts on the 15th of November. And carries a prize pool of 10 million YFX tokens. Our YFX tokens will be launched in Q1. But prior to that, we want to allow users to discover the potential of FX transactions, FX trading, and investments. So this simulated trading contest will allow users to discover. Participants will get 30 days to maximize the value of their portfolio. Everybody starts with $100,000. They get the 30 days, and prizes will be awarded accordingly, both for winners as well as for regular participation, right? So there'll be daily lotteries where active users are able to win prizes. After the contest, we are going live with a pilot launch where our tokenized deposits are being integrated with a gifting platform, right? So how you gift somebody cash, say you give somebody $100 as a check or as cash, you'll be able to gift YFX deposits instead of cash. And it's interesting because this is something where you see your money grow on a daily basis, right? So it's an interesting low-value use case, but we're excited about it because it has the potential for viral growth, right? Gifting can be very viral. You give to one person, the one that gives to the next person. So it has a viral growth element and can also help us test out the platform. So those are the immediate things. And then we are on target to go live by the end of Q1, early Q2 with two currencies initially. We are looking at the US dollar and the Indian rupee, and then we plan to scale from there.
Wow, so those are some of the great future plans that you have in mind, especially your upcoming FX trading competition, in which something that really intrigues me personally, because I really wanted to try it out, as well as some of my community members who are active in trading. So yeah, so let's look forward to it, Rajiv. And of course, my final question for you before we wrap this up: could you give us, some reasons on why our regular traders like me and the rest who are tuning into our podcast right now should check out YieldFX? Why should they not miss this opportunity?
Absolutely. So if you look at the current investors, right, they're surprisingly risk averse. They don't like to make very risky investments, but they're also interested in yield, right? So in most cases, you have to sacrifice your yield to manage your risk. But in our case, we can offer you a product which is a relatively safe investment option and can be even bad with yields that can match or beat riskier products, right? While we are a mainstream product, because we are deposits, we are tokenized, and even for people who very actively invest in crypto, we are a great option for portfolio diversification, right? Where you can manage the risk on a portfolio, you can reduce the risk without sacrificing the yield on that.
All right. So at least you've give us some reasons on why we should not miss out the opportunity in trying out YieldFX, especially for those of you who are really active in trading. Okay. Before we wrap things up, Rajiv, could you invite our viewers here or tuning into our podcast to check out YieldFX and your socials? So go ahead.
No, absolutely. You can check us out at yieldfx.co or on X at YieldFX. There will be regular updates posted as the contest goes live. We should be able to announce those on the 14th, and the codes will be available on the 15th. So looking forward for everyone to be joining the contest. Do follow us on X, because that'll make it easier for you to get updates on the contest activity. And obviously, if you're following us, you do get access to a bigger price pool, right?
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest for today's podcast session. We have the founder of YieldFX, Mr. Rajiv Sohal. So once again, Mr. Rajiv, thank you so much for your time here with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and also would like to say thank you to all of our subscribers and viewers who are tuning in to our podcast today with the YieldFX founder, Mr. Rajiv Sohal. So if you want more information, so all the resource links are just right here in the video description. Hopefully that you have learned so much coming from our speaker, okay? And don't hesitate to ask some questions right here in the comment section. And hopefully Rajiv could visit here in our YouTube channel and to these questions for you. And guys, once again, one more thing, I'm inviting you all to smash the subscribe button and turn on the notifications for more videos like this. So once again, right here in my home studio, this is Nomad Fury. Guys, thank you so much for watching our podcast today. Thank you very much.